Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. I couldn't wait. I usually wait a while before watching the next episode, but with that cliffhanger and with Haiji being my favorite character in the show, I'm like, I need to know. And I want to know how the qualifier, I'm assuming it ends this episode. I don't know, but I'm assuming that that we're going to get resolution and find out if our team has to qualify. They just have to. It's just a matter of how. But I'm so curious. I needed to know answers, and I need to know how this team does. So I just but last episode was such a good setup for this race, and a setup where our characters all are mentally in preparing. Like Haiji's obviously worried, Kakeru's being the optimistic one by chance. The twins have Hannah on the backing them, and definitely one of the twins, she likes Musa thinks. Yuki's dealing with maybe his parents not being happy about him and them qualifying or going after the Ekiden, but there's so much internal struggle going on behind the scenes, and then we get to this race, and there's the external struggle, a lot of internal stuff going on, and then there's the external struggle of we've got to qualify for this race, and there's 50 teams, 10 of them qualify. I'm assuming the Tokyo Phys Ed Club is going to qualify because, of course, Sakaki's probably going to be in the end. And I'm assuming Fujioka's team is going to qualify because it's got Fujioka on it. So, but I just want, of the other 8 teams remaining, I just want Kansai to be one of them. That's all I want. So, you guys, this show, it's leading up to this Ekiden. It feels like there's just more tension mounting with each episode. It's just like Haiji said last episode, the closer we get, the more things start to amp up and the more that pressure builds. And so I'm really hoping that this show deals with some of the more thematic elements, like we've done in episode 13, dealing with some of the more thematic elements of why we run and the effect it has on our external lives as well as in this club. So I've got a lot of thoughts, but right now my anxiety is like, I just want to know how this race ends. And so I just had to start and go ahead and watch the episode. So I hope you all enjoy the reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. Please no spoilers. But we are going to start episode 16 of Run with the Wind, Dream and Reality. It's like it's all been leading up to this moment. You know, are we going to make the Ekiden or are we not going to make it? But we're going to start this episode here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, yeah, I do think that this is interesting in that way back in episode 3, which seems like forever ago, way back in episode 3, the twins were like, Kakeru, what's your deal? We're running as a team. We're all doing this for ourselves, and we want to do this. Why won't you just run with us? And now, even though I think it's kind of stupid that the twins are now having this sudden realization that Haiji has been stringing them along this whole time, I think that's kind of dumb. I do really like that it's Kakeru being put in this position. It's the role reversal. Now Kakeru has to tell the twins, okay, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're running. And I like that. I like that Kakeru, these last several episodes have made Kakeru kind of have the switch of being a leader and being somebody that encourages his teammates. When at the start of this series, he was anything but that. So I appreciate that. And I also appreciate King's line here of saying, man, we've been practicing this for half a year. This whole series has been taking place over 6 months. So it's like half a year these guys have been together and practicing for this qualifier. And of course, 1 minute separated them from getting in and getting out. I thought that was really cheap of the tournament to be like, here's the 5 teams that almost made it. And it's like, dude, like you could have just put that in a pamphlet or something or emailed it out to the teams. You didn't have to broadcast that to everybody there and then. But yeah, just a minute separated them from getting in. And honestly, it was mainly because of Haiji and Kakeru, because their times were so quick and Kakeru's time were so quick. Haiji's knee worries me a lot. He iced it down like that whole time, and it's not good. I'm like, dude. And of course, it's right when he said at the beginning of this series, in 6 months' time, I'll be able to keep up with your pace. And he was close. I honestly think if he hadn't have jumped over that guy and landed funny, I think that he would have kept up with Kakeru's pace for the most part. I think he really would have. And now I'm afraid that this whole incident at the qualifier is going to like set him back again. Because that injury, he just now was getting up to form, getting back to where he could keep up pace like that. So, but just the emotions of that race, just like Shindo breaking down there at the end in that man's arms. I was like, oh my gosh, like him just completely collapsing and Prince puking up like just from all the running. Just crazy, guys. And then when this preview, why does Sakaki have to come back? I didn't need to see him. And he's going to be, he's going to be so smug because his team won the qualifier. But it's like, dude, it wasn't just you. Those fourth years that were on your team were pulling most of the weight. You weren't in that top group. I don't like Sakaki's character at all. He just rubs me the wrong way. And I realized from back at episode 13 that, yeah, he has a reason to not like Kakeru. It ruined his chance. But I'm like, at the same time, like, yeah, your third year of high school is ruined, but you're on the Tokyo Phys Ed Club. You clearly got to play for a good team. So it's like, do I feel that bad for you? I don't know. But I appreciate that it looks like the Kakeru's not throwing punches. That they're like, dude, what's your deal? So, but this episode, man, I knew they were going to get through the qualifier, and I figured they were going to be the last team to qualify. But honestly, those last parts of the race where they're all coming in, that was just so emotionally, and to see all the other runners struggling and passing out, and just the physical exhaustion that was just so visceral in this episode. It was, I can't imagine the actual Ekiden, the Hakaoni. I can't imagine. It's going to be insane, y'all. It's going to be insane. I like that King's already thinking about it. He's like, okay, what order are we going to run in? Which you would think you'd want Kakeru and Haiji to end the race because they're the fastest. So you would think you'd want them to end the race for the team. I think you'd want Prince to be one of the first ones to go to get your slower runners out of the way first so that everybody can catch up from there. That's what I would imagine you'd want to do. But I don't know. I don't know the strategy there. But yeah, worried about Haiji, worried about these twins being stupid. But I'm also pretty hopeful that Kakeru, especially in that preview, Kakeru just looked pissed at them. He's like, what are you doing? I'm hopeful that Kakeru is going to be the one to like edge them back into it and be like, guys, come on. And this will be his chance to reverse everything from before, which would be fun. But yeah, guys, oh my gosh. What a crazy episode. And we didn't see Fujioka. We did not see Fujioka. So I'm wondering, was his team there and but they didn't seem like, I wonder if they're in a different group, a different qualifier. Like maybe there's qualifiers per region. So they're in a different prefecture maybe, and they already qualified in their own group. I'm betting that's it. That's probably it. I'm sure you guys will tell me down below if you haven't already from the last episode. So, but yeah, I'm curious what you all thought of this episode. Please no spoilers, but this whole qualifier was so nerve-wracking. I can't imagine what the actual Ekaden's going to be like. I'm going to be like on pins and needles the whole time. I can already tell. But it's only episode 16, so we got a while before we get there, right? I feel like in the actual calendar of events, there's like a month, maybe a month and a half before that event, because it's on New Year's, and we're only like in November, right? So we got like a good month, 2 months before that happens. So, oof. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought. But in the meantime, have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Take care. And I'll be back next week with episode 17 of Run with the Wind. Bye.